Demolition Man looks like a loud 90s action movie, but it secretly hides one of Hollywood's sharpest visions of a controlled future. The more you look, the more unsettling and strangely accurate it becomes. Fact 1.
Report to the station.
Oh boy, how exciting.
Demolition Man's future society was designed as a reaction to 1990s culture. The writers imagined what happens when fear replaces freedom. Rising crime rates influenced the core premise. Media panic of the era shaped the tone. Political correctness debates fed directly into the satire. The script exaggerated trends already visible in society. San Angeles represents control disguised as peace. Safety becomes obsession rather than balance. Freedom is treated as a threat. Individual expression is tightly regulated. Even language is monitored. Food choices are standardized. Music is sanitized. The society appears calm on the surface. Beneath that calm is emotional emptiness. Humor masks authoritarian control. This contrast was intentional. The future is never portrayed as heroic. It is orderly but hollow. Violence is removed along with passion. Stability replaces humanity. That trade-off is the film's warning. Fact 2.
You're out of toilet paper.
Did you say toilet paper?
He doesn't know how to use the three seashells.
The three seashells gag was intentionally unexplained. No official method was ever written. Writers discussed explanations during development. Every explanation was rejected. Confusion was meant to be the punchline. The joke relies on audience discomfort. Stallone's reaction delivers the payoff. Test audiences laughed without understanding. That response validated the choice. Mystery made the joke memorable. It reinforced the strangeness of the future. Everyday actions feel alien. Even basic bodily functions are sanitized. Bathroom humor becomes world-building. Studio executives questioned the decision. They feared audience frustration. The filmmakers refused clarification. Ambiguity became part of the humor. Fans have debated it for decades. No answer keeps it alive. Few studio films allow unresolved jokes. This one embraced it deliberately. Fact 3.
This device was widely utilized in the urban wars of the late 20th century as a pistol.
Look, I don't need a history lesson. Come on, Hal. Where the goddamn guns?
Simon Phoenix was designed as pure disruption. Wesley Snipes was encouraged to go extreme. His energy contrasts the sterile future. Phoenix embodies unchecked 1990s excess. Physicality was pushed intentionally. Movements were designed to feel animalistic. Costume choices emphasized unpredictability. Bleached hair heightened artificiality. Early studio notes expressed concern. Executives feared he was too exaggerated. The filmmakers rejected restraint. Phoenix was never meant to be realistic. He functions as chaos incarnate. Snipes studied comic book villains. Laughter was carefully rehearsed. Violence was stylized rather than grounded. Phoenix enjoys destruction openly. This terrifies a controlled society. He feels alive among muted citizens. That contrast fuels narrative tension. The performance was meant to polarize. Unforgettable energy was the goal. Fact 4. John Spartan was written as outdated by design. Stallone's action persona was intentionally challenged. The film deconstructs macho heroism. Spartan's strength no longer fits society. Violence is ineffective in the future. Stallone leaned into cultural awkwardness. He allowed confusion on screen. This was unusual for his career. Spartan's confidence becomes a flaw. He constantly breaks rules. The system still relies on him. That contradiction drives the story. Stallone plays sincerity over dominance. Humor comes from displacement. Reactions remain grounded. This anchors the satire emotionally. The film critiques excess gently. Spartan is never humiliated. He is necessary but obsolete. That balance creates sympathy. Stallone supported this interpretation. The role showed unexpected flexibility. Fact 5.
Oh, I must have done something right in the previous life. Can't imagine what that could have been.
Lenina Huxley was written as curious, not naive. She studies the past academically. Her fascination comes from distance. Bullock played restrained enthusiasm. Huxley follows rules outwardly. Her rebellion is internal. She questions norms quietly. This subtlety makes her dangerous. She contrasts Spartan's blunt defiance. Huxley represents suppressed curiosity. Politeness hides dissatisfaction. Physical distance is intentional. Even intimacy is regulated. Emotional repression becomes visible. Her growth is gradual. She does not overthrow the system. She begins to question it. Curiosity becomes revolutionary. Bullock grounded the satire. She humanized the future. The role elevated her career. Huxley becomes the audience lens. Fact 6.
You do not realize that Pizza Hut was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars.
So?
So, now all restaurants are Pizza Hut.
No way.
The film's restaurant gag was altered for international release. In the US version, Taco Bell survives the franchise wars. Other countries replaced it with Pizza Hut. This was done to avoid brand confusion overseas. Taco Bell was not globally dominant in 1993. Pizza Hut had stronger international recognition. The joke itself remained identical. Only the branding changed. This required reshooting signage and dialogue. Post-production dubbing handled spoken references. The concept satirized corporate monopolies. Fast food replacing culture was the point. The specific brand mattered less than the idea. Product placement became world building. Taco Bell embraced the joke enthusiastically. The brand gained pop culture status. Studio executives approved the partnership quickly. Few films integrate branding so directly. The joke comments on capitalism's endgame. Choice disappears behind convenience. Luxury becomes standardized. Fine dining turns into fast food. Satire hides inside a logo. Fact 7.
Now just relax. We'll begin in a few seconds.
Begin what?
Having sex, of course.
Physical intimacy is fully regulated in the future. Sexual contact is replaced by virtual simulation. This idea came from AIDS-era anxieties. The early 1990s feared physical contact. Technology was seen as safer than touch. The film exaggerated this fear. Sex becomes clinical and distant. Emotional connection is removed. Characters use headsets instead of bodies. The scene is intentionally awkward. Stallone's discomfort mirrors audience reaction. Bullock's character treats it as normal. This highlights generational divide. Passion is replaced by procedure. Desire becomes data. The filmmakers played the scene straight. No jokes are explained verbally. The absurdity speaks for itself. The future avoids risk at all costs. Pleasure becomes sanitized. Intimacy loses meaning. The moment critiques overcorrection. Safety replaces humanity again. Fact 8.
Shit! Being frozen with my aim off.
Verbal morality statutes are central to the satire. Swearing is literally illegal. Tickets are issued for bad language. This reflects censorship debates of the era. The 1990s saw a rising concern over media language. The film exaggerates that impulse. Speech becomes a controlled resource. Self-expression is criminalized. Even frustration is punishable. Humor comes from escalation. One curse leads to multiple fines. Stallone's outbursts become costly. The system feels polite but oppressive. People speak carefully to avoid punishment. Authentic emotion disappears. The society values calm above truth. Language enforcement mirrors thought control. Words become dangerous objects. This idea predates modern speech debates. The satire feels uncomfortably current. Comedy masks the warning. Control begins with words. Fact 9. Cryogenic freezing drives the plot. Criminals are frozen instead of imprisoned. This reflects fascination with cryonics. Real cryogenic experiments existed decades earlier. The film exaggerates their application. Rehabilitation is programmed during freezing. Prisoners are reconditioned unconsciously. This removes personal accountability. Punishment becomes mechanical. Justice is outsourced to technology. Simon Phoenix exploits this flaw. He learns skills without ethics. The system assumes compliance. Human unpredictability is ignored. Freezing replaces moral judgment. The future avoids confronting evil. Problems are delayed, not solved. Spartan's return exposes this weakness. Old violence meets new softness. The clash reveals systemic naivety. Control fails under pressure. Technology cannot replace responsibility. The frozen solution melts instantly. Fact 10.
Oh, I'm so scared. What, you guys don't have sarcasm anymore?
Future police are intentionally ineffective. They lack combat training entirely. Violence has been eliminated from society. Officers rely on procedures and calm speech. This is portrayed as dangerous, not noble. The police fear confrontation. They defer responsibility constantly. Rules replace instinct. When Phoenix appears, they panic. No one knows how to respond. Weapons are unfamiliar. Authority becomes symbolic only. Spartan exposes this fragility immediately. His methods are outdated but effective. The film critiques dependency on systems. Order without resilience collapses quickly. The police reflect the society's weakness. Safety removes survival skills. Peace created vulnerability. The satire is blunt but intentional. Force is not glorified. Balance is missing instead. Extremes create failure. Fact 11. Culture in the future is treated as a risk factor. Music is reduced to soft, non-confrontational sounds. Television avoids conflict entirely. Art exists only if it is calming. Anything aggressive is discouraged. Museums feel sterile and educational. Entertainment is designed to soothe, not challenge. This reflects fear of emotional extremes. Strong reactions are seen as dangerous. Joy and anger are equally suppressed. The society values emotional flatness. This keeps citizens predictable. Culture becomes a tool of regulation. Expression is replaced by consumption. People repeat approved phrases. Individual taste disappears. Nostalgia is treated like a disorder. References to the past feel taboo. The film exaggerates cultural sanitization. Creativity is framed as instability. Passion becomes a problem to fix. Control hides inside politeness. Culture loses its edge entirely. Fact 12. Demolition Man disguises its critique with jokes. Comedy lowers audience defenses. Laughing makes ideas easier to accept. Satire sneaks past expectations. The film never lectures directly. Instead, it exaggerates behavior. Ridiculous rules reveal real fears. Absurdity highlights logic flaws. Humor softens authoritarian imagery. Viewers laugh before realizing discomfort. This was intentional in the script. The writers wanted delayed impact. Jokes land immediately, meaning lands later. This creates rewatch value. The film feels fun on first viewing. On reflection, it feels unsettling. Comedy becomes a Trojan horse. Serious themes arrive unnoticed. The balance is carefully maintained. Too much darkness was avoided. Entertainment remained the priority. Warnings hide in plain sight. Fact 13.
You are now entering the Hall of Violence.
Costumes were designed to feel restrictive. Clothing emphasizes uniformity over style. Colors are muted and controlled. Outfits lack individuality. Function outweighs flair. This reflects societal values visually. Spartan's clothing feels outdated instantly. Phoenix's style feels chaotic by contrast. Fashion becomes ideology on screen. The future dresses for compliance. No one stands out accidentally. Accessories are minimal and approved. Hairstyles are regulated. Visual sameness reinforces order. Costume design supports world building silently. No dialogue explains it. The contrast communicates instantly. Viewers understand control visually. Phoenix disrupts the palette aggressively. His look feels invasive. That is intentional. Clothing becomes character language. Style reveals philosophy without words. Fact 14.
What the hell is that?
Action scenes are used sparingly. Violence is not constant. Each confrontation advances the theme. Action exposes system weaknesses. Spartan's methods clash with rules. Chaos reveals fragility. Violence is framed as a tool, not a solution. The film avoids glorifying brutality. Consequences are shown clearly. Damage feels disruptive, not heroic. Action creates discomfort intentionally. It breaks the illusion of safety. The future cannot handle impact. Every fight feels excessive in context. This contrast sharpens satire. Action serves commentary first. Spectacle is secondary. Explosions interrupt calm environments. Noise becomes rebellion. Disorder feels shocking. The restraint makes action more effective. Less violence carries more weight. Purpose drives every set piece. Fact 15. Many of the film's ideas age unexpectedly well. Corporate monopolies feel familiar now. Language policing feels current. Sanitized culture feels recognizable. Overregulation no longer feels fictional. Audiences revisit the film differently today. What felt exaggerated feels closer now. Jokes land with new meaning. The film gained relevance over time. Its warnings became clearer. The future it imagined feels less distant. Satire sharpened with age. This was not accidental. The writers targeted human behavior patterns. Technology was secondary to psychology. Fear-driven control remains timeless. That is why the film endures. Nostalgia brought viewers back. Reflection kept them watching. Comedy opened the door. Insight kept it open. Few action films manage this. Fewer improve with age. Fact 16. The cryo-prison system reflects faith in behavioral programming. Criminals are not punished emotionally. They are corrected mechanically. Rehabilitation happens without consent. Minds are rewritten during sleep. This removes personal responsibility. Guilt is never confronted. Growth is artificial. The system assumes behavior equals morality. Ethics are reduced to software. Human complexity is ignored. Simon Phoenix exposes this flaw instantly. He absorbs skills without restraint. Violence returns upgraded. The system cannot predict rebellion. Control depends on compliance. When compliance fails, everything collapses. The film critiques shortcut justice. Fixing behavior is easier than understanding it. Technology replaces accountability. This mirrors real debates about rehabilitation. Machines promise efficiency. Humanity is the missing variable. Fact 17. San Angeles is run by corporate logic. Governance resembles brand management. Policies prioritize efficiency over morality. Decisions feel like boardroom outcomes. The franchise wars joke hints at this. Corporations replace institutions. Branding becomes law. Choice disappears quietly. Citizens accept convenience willingly. Comfort replaces civic responsibility. Leaders speak in corporate language. Conflict is bad for business. Stability becomes the ultimate product. Democracy fades without resistance. This reflects late 20th century anxieties. Corporate mergers dominated headlines. Power shifted away from governments. The film exaggerates that trend. Authority wears a friendly face. Control hides behind service. The satire feels subtle but sharp. Governance becomes customer experience. Freedom becomes inefficient. Fact 18. Simon Phoenix is not just a villain. He is a stress test. His existence challenges the system's assumptions. He introduces unpredictability. The future has no answer for chaos. Phoenix thrives on disorder. The society cannot respond effectively. This reveals institutional weakness. Order survives only without resistance. Phoenix is inevitable, not accidental. Systems built on control invite disruption. His violence is excessive by design. It exposes fragility immediately. Police procedures collapse. Social rules fail instantly. Phoenix forces evolution through destruction. He represents suppressed human instinct. Chaos was never eliminated, only buried. His return feels unavoidable. The system created its own enemy. Suppression breeds explosion. Phoenix is consequence, not cause. Fact 19. John Spartan is not pure violence. He represents balance lost. His instincts are outdated but human. He adapts faster than the system. Spartan understands consequences. He feels guilt and responsibility. This makes him dangerous and effective. The future lacks resilience. Spartan provides friction. He questions rules instinctively. His presence forces choice. The system avoids decision-making. Spartan makes decisions immediately. This restores agency. Violence is not glorified through him. It is contextualized. He dislikes destruction. He simply understands it. Spartan bridges eras. He exposes extremes on both sides. Control and chaos both fail. Balance is missing everywhere. Spartan represents messy humanity. That mess saves the future. Fact 20. Demolition Man presents dystopia with a smile. Bright lighting hides oppression. Polite language masks control. Architecture feels open but restrictive. Citizens appear happy but disconnected. The film avoids darkness visually. This makes the warning stronger. Control does not look evil. It looks pleasant. People surrender freedom willingly. Fear is replaced with comfort. The society does not feel threatened. That is the danger. Oppression arrives politely. Rules feel reasonable individually. Together they erase humanity. The satire works through contrast. Violence looks ugly in a clean world. Humanity feels disruptive. The future rejects imperfection. But imperfection is survival. The film warns quietly. Smiling dystopias are the hardest to resist. Comfort can be a cage. That is the final message.